Well, salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Another day, the dollar, another go, another bit of fun, another ride on the run of one Football Manager 26. She finally seems to be running fairly good, even in my personal saves. So who knows, maybe we'll be back to this a wee bit more often as things end up going. But the options are there for potentialities of other events as well. But for now, it is a pleasure to have you all back. For now, it is a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you. As you know, I am Sir Craic. It is a pleasure to have you in. I am also stupid and sexy, and it is Christmas Eve. May it be merry, 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 and may Eve go away for robbing the name of such a good day. Salutations, Senior Duck. How is life treating you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious, my friend? I hope your Christmas Eve is going grand. I hope you have all the presents you desire in underneath the Christmas tree or in and around the fireplace, and that you are ready for Santa Claus to be quite nice to you as well, my friend. Just spent 10 hours downloading a real face pack. It worked second time round. The joys of that, my friend. And tell me, if you don't mind me asking, how big was the real face pack? Because when I was looking at them the last time, which to be fair wasn't on this, the last time I was looking at them, I was looking at them on FM24, and I seen some that went as high, legit, no jokes, as high as 80 gigabytes. They were 4K or something. Yeah, I know it seemed extortionate at the time that it was that large, Senior Duck, but would you believe it? It actually was bonkersly, bonkersly, bonkersly loud. Somehow I have no idea how it was that large. But it wasn't my place to bloody worry about it or to consider it or anything like that. So I left it to my own devices and we seen how things were going. So you know yourself, screw it. You worry about things as they come true, and that's about it. But I suppose I should ask you, now that you have your face pack in, now that you have your new gen pack in, now that you have all of the elements that you want into the game in order to improve it, what is the next thing to put in? Will you be putting in the specialized stadium pack that certain people have been working on, via Unity Engine? Because that would be a good idea as well. Now, last time we played, we were in the FA Cup. We had Arlington, and we ended up walloping them 11-3. We played with a weaker team, but we're going up against Ruben Amorim's Everton, who are 13th at the moment. With that being the case, we're going to end up putting in Lemens back in again. We're going to have Ilya and Matthias de Ligt back. Kwamboala will probably remain in the middle section there, even though Leniora could pick. Or we'll see, because we will have Leniora. No, so we'll go Leniora. No, yeah. So we'll go de Ligt, Leniora, and Zambrani, and we put Willie on later on. I'm not doing too bad, Senior Duck. As you probably noticed, I'm an hour late today. Certain things ended up causing me to be delayed. But other than that, I'm getting the starts of a slight tickle on the throat, but I'm taking crap for it. So hopefully that ends up working grand for me and there aren't any issues with it. So if you hear some of that type of crap, some coughs or something like that, that's the reason why. But in general, happy to be here. Happy to have the conversations. Happy to play a bit of FM again. And later today, if all goes well, we will be doing the online save with Enter and Kurt again as well. So we'll see how that ends up going. We will go with Angelo Stellar for Ugarte, and we will actually keep the cat on and give him a go. We're going to keep Ahmad on, but we're going to put onto the bench in Buemu. Mount for in Buemu. Good. And we're going to go with Ahmad there. And on this side here, Dogu, we're going to replace with Rashford just for this game. We're going to go with I suppose, yeah, we'll take Ugarte out entirely, even though this isn't fair on Ugarte because he performed grand the last day. And we put Mount there, who can be replaced with either Bruno or... no, screw it. No, we'll start with Bruno. We'll have Mount on the bench. And then Evan Ferguson performed okay in the last game. So we'll go Benjamin Sheshko and Evan Ferguson. Now, Victor still isn't fit, so we'll see who we replace him with. Federico Comreda, and we'll put on Evan Ferguson later on, should it fit the case. I don't like having players that aren't fit in the squad there. Oh, okay. So with that being the case, we can actually bring back Ugarte. Cool. And then the cat there for that. So this is the team we're going to use to go up against Everton, continuing to use this structure. Now, one of the things we could do, considering it worked surprisingly well in the online save, is be a bit funny and do this. Make it more that in the combined possession, it is actually the three people being up there instead of Bruno being more out to the left. And see if that has the potential to unify us a bit more. It does make some people's tactical abilities completely out of whack, like Camerata, but we'll see how things end up going, and we'll chance our arm on it anyway. So, I'm going to try this for this game and see how it ends up going. We might need a wee bit of luck for it, but I suppose the best thing to do is to go full steam ahead and see how all is cracking there. An interesting kettle of fish, IRL, in the footballing universe has been declared as well. Supposedly, the Brentford, or not Brentford, the Bournemouth release clause for Antonio Semenyo is a release clause that actually states within it payment plans. So that this year you have to pay 20 million and then the rest of it breaks down into payment plans over 5 years for the 65 million quid, which isn't too bad, to be honest, for whoever ends up going for it. But if I was a betting man right now, I'd probably be putting Semenyo towards City more than United. So, Everton are having a bad team here. Dewberry Hall is on the bench, which is somewhat surprising. Still have James Garner, which is fine. They are doing the Christmas tree formation, which is obviously ours, but a bit skewed. Ours is more offensively heavy on the top. So Ruben Amorim with a 5-2-2-1. And we'll see how they end up playing with it. We should be good to end up getting through them. And we do have people fairly inspired. So that's how that ends up mattering as well. We've been in a good run of form. We're still, unfortunately, too far behind the leaders of the table in order to be proper title contenders. But we'll see how we end up doing. And hopefully this performs okay again. See, 49-57. But every win you get is a win that gets you closer towards potential achievement. So you just move forward and hope that it continues to go well. Imagine if it was an immediate goal. That would be beautiful. But Everton already starting a wee bit better than us, which is somewhat concerning. Maybe Camarada is a wee bit too weak for this particular team. I hope not. He has scored for us, but he doesn't really play in the defensive line forward position. It is a bit more battle-hardened. But let's hope that he can actually do somewhat okay in it. 14 minutes in, and there's our first shot. That's not good enough. This is actually an offensive version of the tree at the back. As you can see, based on the position of where the wingers are, we have them actually as wingers, not as wing backs. So it is literally tree at the back. Stretching our defensive line. Interesting. That's a horrible pass by the cat. Euro to Delict. Need to be a bit more ambitious in their passes. The cat to Francisco, and Francisco, that's inexperience right there, went the wrong side of Pickford. You hate to see that because that was an open goal type situation. He definitely should have scored there. It's unfortunate when you have a situation like that, but let's see if it might end up improving later. The fact that we're one shot on target out of 4 is concerning. He might only get half time, and Ahmad's performing bad as well. This also, unfortunately, could be a case of Jordan Pickford having a Hands of Midas performance, which he does tend to do. Malaga, not too bad. I've never... Oh, God damn it. I don't know if that's offside. I don't think it is. Oh, good. It is. Happy out. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, that didn't play. Oh, there we go. Happy out. But yeah. Congratulations on the 25 watch streak, by the way, Duck. That's unbelievable. It's also the therapy bill you're going to get in 2026 for doing it. I suppose once an addict, always an addict. But yeah, how do you find Malaga? Because I know some Spanish teams have implemented by their own clubs that you can only sign players from around their area. So like if you play where the William brothers are, so I think that's Seville, is it? Can you actually sign players, or do the clubs get somewhat annoyed if you do? Also with their B and C under 19 and Spawn under 21. Interesting. You're the manager for the under 19s and under 20s, is it? Because that's interesting. I didn't even know you could do that in FM24. It's effing easy. Bilboa. Ah, okay. Well, is that the case for Atletico Bilbao? He said the F word. Yes, up I did. Unless you're on about Max Verstappen, at which point he probably has as well. Now, we're going to need to make 3 changes here. Unfortunately, Camerata probably needs to come off, so we're going to go and put Evan Ferguson on. Ahmad hasn't been performing good enough, so we're going to replace Ahmad with Mbeumo, and we're going to replace Rashford with Dogu, and hope that these changes actually make us get a goal. I must say, this is the nicest thing they've done, changing this up, making this more attractable. I mean, size-wise, it's still bloody ugly. Like, this aesthetically doesn't look great UI-wise, but hey, it's better than nothing. A couple of these UI elements need to look better, but it's quite a nice thing that they've ended up doing. And by the way, congratulations for the 10 stream streak. You are a scholar, my friend. And terms and conditions do apply. I don't pay for your therapy lessons, but it's a pleasure to have you all in. Yeah, I don't know where I don't know how for a while, because like yours is stronger than 25 senior up. I haven't a clue how the purple one's watch streak has broken, that it didn't catch how you were doing before that. Oh, that's unfortunate for Dagu. We're dominating them in this game, and this screams a game where I'm not going to end up winning. Carlos Alvarez, James Garner, Jack O'Brien, Garner, Guehi, Brantwaite. They're passing through us for fun. Patterson, goal. Oh, that's lucky. William O'Connor is on against MVG. Yes. I know that Michael Van Gerwen is feeling quite ambitious this year. He was saying that he feels it in his bones that he's in good spirits this year, and that he thinks he might have a chance of actually doing well. So we'll see how that ends up going. I don't know, to be honest. So we'll see what ends up happening. Oh, God. Yep, this is one of those games where we're just not going to be able to score. Come on, Toppy. Smash his teeth in.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
Oh, no. It would be Garner, too, wouldn't it? Yeah, but Price has always been overconfident in his abilities. Price has always stated that he was better than he actually was. So it's not that surprising to hear Price saying it, if I'm honest. If you link me up, whatever the hell that is, I might consider it. Because I haven't a goddamn clue what you're on about. Mon, we have to get into this. How have we 10 shots on target and only or 10 shots and only 3 on target? We have to do better. This is a match at the moment that's screaming that it's going to end as a goddamn draw. It's the guy who beat T8 in boxing. Price is the Katie Price equivalent of the competent financial advisor. That's one hell of a reference. I can't confirm nor deny whether or not I agree with you, Senior Duck, but that's one hell of a reference. Dog who passed the fucking ball! Jesus, you stupid prick! I mean, we have long shots turned around and said no. Don't we? Shots. Or whatever, we're going to end up drawing this game. Senior Benekage, what is a crack-a-lackin'? I joined on Stupid Prick. Yes. But of course, as we all know, Benny, the only stupid that's here is stupid sexy Craic.
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't one yet.
I mean, it's always the way, isn't it? Senior Duck. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do sacked in the morning because, like, look at these stats. We actually did control this game for so much of it, and then our forward line just decided to shit a brick.
But Senior Benny, how is life treating you? Is it all going grand? Has the night been treating you grand? Has the elements, the eve before Christmas Eve, been treating your eve salivating? So this is the Dark Angel voice. That's an interesting kettle of fish that has been assigned, Senior Duck. I actually don't mind it. That would be the type of signing I wouldn't actually be surprised to see Chelsea go and picking up Josko Vardiel for stupid money. Genuinely, that would be the type of signing I wouldn't be shocked to see. Well, at least it's going alongside the Craic. It's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with Semenyo. All of the stuff when it comes down to Semenyo IRL is interesting because it came out with Bournemouth that his release clause has financial incentive planning done into it. So you can activate his release clause in the first 10 days of the January transfer window. If you pay 20 million quid this year, and then the rest of the 65 million quid over the preceding 5 years, you can end up having him. So that's interesting. So we'll see how that ends up going. Would City end up getting him? I couldn't understand why they wouldn't try.
He's too good of a player for them not to try, at the very least, in my opinion. Same reason why we'd be trying for him, to be honest, as well. In our case, supposedly he'd be a replacement for Dogu, so we'd be signing a winger 10 for a wing back, which is interesting, but hey, we'll see what ends up happening. What's going on in the Craic? I suppose both of you are asking the same thing there. So in my particular case, all is going good. Just dealing with some personal stuff, which is the reason why I'm an hour later than normal. In terms of my own personal bill of health, I'm doing fine. Bit of a rasp in the throat, so if I'm a bit slower in my conversational tone, or my rasp isn't there as much as possible. You know, the reason why I actually played Football Manager 26 today instead of Shin Megami Tensei 5 is simply so that I don't have to, for Senior Duck, turn around and say Arrow Masa in that incredibly luxurious way that I do, as my throat will be ripped 10 shades to crap. But that's another kettle of fish. Maybe, I don't know. When it comes down to done deals and stuff like that, it's interesting to see. I don't know why people are able to do deals before the transfer window. Like the Leon Enric loan deal happening now makes no sense to me since the window hasn't opened yet and it's been confirmed that that's what's happening, you know? So that's where I'm a bit confused, but hey, you know, to each their own. Club Deportivo Armanio just offered me my interview despite being in Kansas for 11 days. Happy out. Is it something that you'd be considering to do? Or what do you think yourself? Is it just interesting that they've offered you a job as soon as you've joined your spot? Or are you happy being in the spot that you're at? It doesn't show up for me on this one, so that's interesting. American Samoan. It's not a very flattering image, Senior Duck. Yeah, I guess that's kind of your point, but I'm trying it as something a bit different. Considering we've been having issues with this beforehand, where it just left it a wee bit too. Where we were just having issues where for some reason we couldn't end up scoring off it. We were trying it in a situation where it was more this, to have them all more in the center of the pitch rather than each way. So we're trying it to see whether or not it would work. It mightn't end up working. It might be a complete waste of time. But we'll see what ends up happening with it, and hopefully we get something out of it. Arsenal 1-0 up, set piece shock. But hey, people are pulling the piss out of Arsenal for being set piece merchants. I, honest to God, couldn't give a crap if I score all of my goals from set pieces. Although it's an own goal, up. So, I suppose there's that. Oh, and speaking of the devil, Mark Wayha's just after scoring. So, divine retribution, I suppose. 95th minute, Mark Wayha's just after scoring for Crystal Palace. It would be hilarious if Arsenal got knocked out of it. Absolutely hilarious. I don't see that happening, but it would be hilarious if they got knocked out. Can I ask one of you, and I know I'm opening Pandora's box doing this, but can I ask one of you that happens to have some channel points, because I'm lazy and can't think of a song, and I know you're going to have fun with this, to do a song request, because I just want to see whether or not the Songify is working after it broke the last time. And please don't make me want to ban you. It's been added, so fair enough. Well, supposedly Riptide meant Kingfisher Kalele, so that has been added to the queue. I mean, you might have gone for traditionally Irish there, Senior Up. It does not like your requests. Just for you, I haven't actually added to the queue myself, Senior Duck, considering you failed twice. But it'll be interesting to see how this come across. I actually really like this accidental song that came up with. '95, when I was born. It's weird, as I mentioned that I'm on the herbal tea and trying to be more healthy while drinking them. And the herbal tea that I'm currently on at the moment is probably the one that I hate the taste of the most. It's a blackberry herbal tea. But it's because the taste is so much different to the other ones too, although I hate it, it's one of the ones I actually go for the most, if you believe that level of absolute insanity. Just recently came back from Single FC. Now, where are they, my friend? Or are you on about the fact that you finally have a significant other in your life? At which point, if you do, Kieran, congratulations, and what a good time to have a partner in your life. If it is an actual football team, we'll gang together and make sure that they end up getting a partner at some point in time. We'll end up getting Widow FC and make sure the Widow FC merges with Single FC and they become Unified FC. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Kieran, I'm in the same club as you, and Bruno Fernandes couldn't score if the fucking Bayern was in front of him, could he? He was maidenless. Affiliate club. Hey, the Craic is all fine anyway. Everyone is loved and enjoyed when they end up coming in here. We don't discriminate. We only discriminate to people's faces. We don't discriminate behind people's backs. We discriminate directly to their faces. The cat has been doing okay, but it is unfortunate we just haven't been able to score at the moment. Bruno to Mbeumo. Mbeumo! Oh! 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 What a shot by Brian Mbeumo. Oh my God. I'm on to a chick that plays for Shamrock Rovers under 19. Happy out, my friend. Footballers are incredible anyway. But fair play to you. When you see, we'll probably concede straight away now versus Middlesbrough. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can keep a bit of strength to us now and not end up being screwed. Well, Lamens is where we need to upgrade. We do need to get a proper goalkeeper. Unfortunately, in this game, I think the game has done Lamens a bit dirty in that he has absolutely zero potential. At least when I started this, he had anyway. Maybe they've upped it in the behind the scenes of the game. But he has absolutely zero potential, as a result of which he's a bit, shit. He's better than Dennis, who has potential, but still isn't doing it. Yes, it is a bonus when you support the club that someone is playing for. Happy out. Hopefully it goes well for you, my friend. Of course, we've had the discussion before about which particular team I kind of support. I don't really support Irish football, but you know which one I'm on about, so for doxing reasons, I'm not mentioning it again. It is interesting in Irish football because it's the first time that I've actually been following them on social media. It is very interesting watching Irish football where an entire wave of players are just taped out the door. Like where almost half a squad of players are just told, go on, you're gone. And then you just have to rebuild every bloody year. Any clubs underneath that is, yeah, pretty much. The Rovers that were lucky not to get relegated so far. Taking off Tyreek Mitchell for Borna Souza is an interesting choice. Maybe he's dead on his feet. I'm not watching the match. But Tyreek Mitchell is a phenomenal player. So seeing him being taken off is interesting. In my opinion, anyway. I think he's underrated. Oh, Julian, you poor fool. I asked him for a soul senior up, but I don't think he's going to give it to me. I think mine is too black. Unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe he'll end up giving me a soul at the end of things, and we can all end up coming around the Christmas tree together and salivate over the fact that Craic has finally gotten a soul like a true boy. What the feck is this song? Yeah, Michael Van Gerwen. Like, I like Michael Van Gerwen. I think that type of personality type where they are a complete and utter arsehole. But they're an arsehole with reason. Michael Van Gerwen, is smug beyond belief in absolutely everything he does. But he for a long time held it up. And when he's winning, literally just the smile is enough to continue to make you kind of hate him. So I like that Michael Van Gerwen is doing good. It's kind of why I would have liked. Up had mentioned it earlier on as well. Up had said that Price kind of has the same mentality. He's not as much of an aura farmer as Gerwig is. Gerwig is an aura farmer in darts, which is hilarious. Although, to be honest, the biggest aura farmer in all of darts at the moment is Luke Littler, because he's literally just doing it like he doesn't try. Luke Littler, or whatever the name of that buck that literally is so fast with his dart that the camera can't follow him. Yeah, but that was to be expected, to be fair. Maybe that's... we don't comment on that, Senior Up. Ricky Evans, indeed, that's the buck I'm on about. Yeah. That might be true, but we're not going to comment on reasons why marriage failed. Yeah, this was one of the accidental recommendations that came through by you trying to end up getting a song in, Senior Duck. Not Duck, Up. So we've been the better team, even though for a good watt of the game, they were in control annoyingly. Maybe I shouldn't have sent off Rasmus Hoyland on loan. He wasn't getting enough games, so that's why I did it. But God... we're just not performing good enough. I should have sent Francisco out instead. We need to tighten our area. It's too easy to get shots off right now. Maybe. I mean, defensively, we seem strong enough. Sesko! And of course, Leno as well. Wait, did you have Leno? As in Fulham's Leno. That did say Leno, didn't it? No wonder they're performing good. They have a goalkeeper that's fairly grand. Jesus, this song. So we got one fairly okay song from the accidental recommendation, and then one absolute howler. Oh, and Buemu touches the bar. Yeah, it is. It's Leno. Bernard Leno. Interesting. Fascinating. Yeah, he went from Fulham to Middlesbrough. Nice. Kicker, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? How is life treating you? I hope it's going good. I hope it's going grand. I hope it's going delicious. No, I know you are, but I don't like, just in terms of comments, like, you know, so fair to be fair, I'll leave that type of conversation away, if you get my point. It's me being a bit of a snowflake, but you know yourself. Slept in today, so we were grand. That didn't make you late for work or anything, did it, Kicker? I hope it didn't. We're just here enjoying the stream at the moment, putting ourselves together, trying to win this game versus Middlesbrough. We're 1-0 up, but of course, as always, when it comes down to football,
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
Here he goes.
you ain't won yet.
Ooh, I'm scared.
and we will go a bit more defensively strong as well. Put Willie Kwamboala on, and we'll go with those 3 changes and see what ends up happening. Vacation, happy out, my friend. It is an unfortunate thing of work life that that most of the time when you take time off of work for vacation due to finances and not wanting to spend it and stuff like that, that you just spend it in bed, just relaxing, just refueling the batteries. Now, to be honest, those are some of the best days. But if you put on the likes of TikTok and get some inspirational trap about how you should be enjoying life and how everything is gone, it does make you feel a bit, bad for wasting time in bed. I like this song, although I've heard this song way too much, Senior Up, because I worked in a bar for years. God, Leno is having the game of his life. This is the version you wanted me to add to the queue, right? No! Lamens, you suck! Men's, you fucking suck. Also, Euro, take the red card. Take the red card. Knock the fucker out. My God, you suck. Camarada and Leno straight there to pick it up. 2 performances where it's just no luck. Oh, Sheamus and Cesaro as the bar was fantastic. Also, one of the best finishes of any tag team match ever, where they didn't do where they fainted the tag. Come on, the cat. Come on, the tat. Come on. Oh, stellar. God damn it. That's a lie, by the way, that he's a 6.8. I refuse to believe it. Not too bad. And what are you just doing a personal save at the moment, Kick? What type of save are you doing in FM as well, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, it might have gone after these last 2 games, because he wasn't great in the last game either. It might be a case of we need to drop him for Dennis. No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Oh, by the way, we've got to do something. We'll do it directly after this penalty when we end up going down and lose. The men's went the right way and ended up losing. But we'll do, because he came in first, I'll do you after. Actually, screw it, I'll do you now. So, Senior Kicker, give him a nice follow if you can. Fantastic streamer in his own rights. Does FM every now and again. Good when you end up coming in. I know this clip is in an entirely different language, but to be fair to him, he ends up speaking in English as well. So absolutely fantastic to end up enjoying. Sesko, get the fucking ball. At least draw this game. This has been this season entirely where we've been performing good and then we just haven't. Cat. Julian DeVille. And again, I don't know why the Wings continue to do that. So for the second time in a row, we shout at them. It's not fixed, is it not? Okay, weird that. Okay, give us a moment. Because I'm going to end up bringing in Sir Benekage as one as well, so we might be able to resolve it for his one. This time I will do the fix here. So we're just going to stand aside for a second while Craic tries to fix crap. That's that bit. Okay, so it is... that. Then we have Rusty Tools there. Pins there, Twitch icon there. The clip is taken on which one? Not you, that's that, that's that, that's that, that's that, that's that. Scene. Click here. Try that maybe? Then let's go and go into this. So we go click you. And we click you. Continue to converse. I will end up answering in a second. Okay. Interesting. Do that. No, because it's not for me, I don't think. So we go to this. Clip length there, cooldown there, clip volume is there. Do this. Auto shout out, yes. Do that. Nope, not yet. Do that. Do this. Click that. Do that. And we'll try it with Benikage. No, but I am doing an A to Z save with the lads, but also a personal one, which really want to do another club but can't decide which. I mean, the joys of that. Hopefully it ends up. Hopefully you end up getting a good offer. So that's what I ended up doing. I just picked the first club that came in for me. When you get big, that's a problem, though. But yeah, let's try it now. And if it works for Benikage, I'll give you another shout out so we can hear one of your clips. This should work now.
Snowy following it up with a kill.
Well, it didn't help that Benikage's clip was 10 seconds short.
Don't be scared, guys. It's just throw on.
I know this motherfucker is out to jump scare me. Oh!
I think it's working.
Have fun, guys. Have fun with him. Oh.
Nice. Happy out.
I'm not even here to win, guys, just so you know.
Which game was that, Kick? That looked like a good bit of fun. Oh, god damn it, we're down to 4th now. Dead by Daylight, nice. Ooh, we're into penalties now. Nobody has missed their penalties yet. In the Arsenal Crystal Palace game. And Wharton doesn't change that factor. 6-6 in penalties. Surely there's a way to do a club meeting. Maybe not. Anyway. Our next game is against Spurs, which is unfortunate because we mightn't have a choice. Your squad screen. Okay, squad. Dynamics. Nope. Squad. Squad feedback, promises, target, discipline, setup as elite, closed, overview, first team, internationals, discipline, promises, loans. Oh, hold team meeting. Why the hell did they put it there? The recent form takes us to the next level. No, I'm just leaving the meeting. Fuck off. Because we're not doing well. We drew and we fucking lost. That team meeting was to try and get them to actually not be crap and actually, pump up their chill a bit and actually, perform. I mean, to be fair, and you do have to be careful with it. Dorian Timbers just after scoring his. Uches just after scoring his. Palace could end up winning this. We just have to keep an eye and see which one ends up falling down. We have already beaten Spurs this season. William Saliba's after scoring now as well. They're on to 8. Squeaky bomb time now for Crystal Palace. Or is it 8? Is it 8 or is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it is 8. And they're on a good run of form as well. Is it time to change focus? Is it time to move to a different idea? Oh, Larox is after missing this penalty. So the guy that got the own goal for them on the 60th minute or on the 80th minute is after missing the penalty. God, you'd have to hate to be Larox today, wouldn't you? You'd hate to be him, wouldn't you? That's just so unfortunate. Anyway, we're going to go with this squad again and see how we do. Swapping Dennis in for Lamens and Victor in, even though he's not 100% fit. And Mount in with Bruno down here, and we'll see how we do. Hopefully, we do well. Let's go in and see how we end up doing. Because we've been in control of both of the last games. We've just been very unlucky not to get something out of it. They've made a mass amount of changes. Archie Gray, I love Archie Gray. I think he's phenomenal when he ended up getting him playing right. Archie Gray in, Simmons, Brendan Johnson, Kulumanawani, Kulusevski. I don't know if this is weaker or stronger than the team they were playing before. Weird. I think it might be weaker because Ratstragan is a good player, but he's probably not as good as Danzo or Romero. Or he could be, I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we can get something out of this, because we do face them twice in a row, so we need to get a good performance out of them. Okay. So, third game of the stream, a draw and a loss, so a bad start to the stream. So let's hope that things get better here. Cross your fingers and your toes for me, because we might end up needing it. Here in Old Trafford, we should have a bit of fire behind us. But at the same point in time, weirder things have been known to happen. We're fourth. Goal difference 26. Chelsea are just behind us as well, so we can't be dropping points. And then Buemo or Ahmad immediately with a bad tackle. Oh, this screams. This screams that they're going to have a good game. Especially when you have Stellar doing horrible passes like that. What was that pass? But Dennis ends up having a good save. Based on how he was performing, you wouldn't be 100% certain that Senny Lemons would end up saving that. Okay, out to Delict. Victor. Oh, Sesko, 1-on-1. Oh, beautiful counter-attacking play, if that counts. Yep. What a pass from Victor Rook. Straight to Benjamin Sheshko, who on his own runs and does fantastic against Vicario. Vicario should do a lot better there, definitely. But, you know, if we can do what other teams do against us and score from our first shot and then just continue to keep it, I don't care. Sheshko taken down. Who's taking it? Bruno, I think. Bruno Fernandes. Can he score a worldie? Oh, what a save by Vicario. Oh. Bruno. Nice. There, Ahmad now over on the wrong side, but back to Ilya. Ilya to... Oh! Nice work by Xavi. Corner again, though. Like, the corner tactic I've set up was good in FM24. It's basically copied over because they haven't changed the corner system. But it's not doing anything in this game. Oh, Bruno, you poor fool! Oh! Oh, Bruno should have 2, if not 3 goals there. That's so unlucky for Bruno. Dennis is having a good game. Dennis having a good game, showing himself up. Being put in a difficult situation versus Tottenham, but he's having a good game so far. God, some of these shots that are being put on him. It's only a matter of time before one of these shots ends up going in. Ah, there we go. And of course, it's Archie Gray. Because I brown nosed them. I glazed them earlier on. So, of course, Archie Gray scores. And that's how you do corners, anyway. That's how set-piece tactics end up working when you end up doing crap like that. And we're probably going to end up doing bad now because of Bruno's missed chances. I mean, we're getting back into it, but not fast enough. It doesn't matter if we're in control of the game. To Sesko. Oh, Sesko. Oh, your hold-up play is shite, my man. Ahmad to Bruno. Bruno! Nope. Fortunately, this screams there's going to be another draw. Or they're going to win. Just screams it's going to be that type of game. Great to Destiny. Xavi. Kulusevski. To Brendan Johnson. Johnson down. Simmons. Nice defensive play there by us. Sesko to Mount. Holding the ball up. Down to Sesko. Sesko again. Crap at holding up the play. Stuart Atwell as the referee as well. Interesting. Destiny. Ahmad. Got it off him. Stellar to Ahmad. Back down. Can we get something out of this? Ahmad! Vicario with a beautiful save. Vicario's having a good game today. Even if it's just by fingertips, he's done phenomenal. Bruno has deserved that, to be fair. He should have had 1, if not 2 goals before this as well. So that's beautiful for Bruno. Fantastic work to put us back up into the lead again. So we'll see what ends up happening from here. Unbelievable. Cool, cool, cool. We're in control, but the XG is scary at the same time. We're just lucky that the game is being mean to Xavi Simmons. We're unlucky. We're lucky the game is being mean to Xavi Simmons, because Xavi Simmons has been performing brilliant whenever he's had the ball, honestly. But I think more than anything, we can see our top performers are Dennis Siemens, who thankfully is performing good. Bruno Fernandes, who obviously has been connecting things up fairly well back in the midfield there. And then kind of lying a bit between Sesko and Rook. And Sesko obviously scored the one-on-one with Rook giving him the pass, but Sesko hasn't been great, which is where these stats, if you're not watching the game, can end up weighing you a bit. We have been covering more distance in the whole lot, but like our crosses completed at 6% isn't good. Passes completed at 90 is at least. 5 corners but no clear-cut chances, and as you can see there, our actual like oppositional point of view hasn't been great. We've been bad offensively. But it says we have better match momentum. I don't tend to agree with it, but we'll see. The world is being mean to Xavi Simmons IRL. I mean, yes and no. Kick. Xavi Simmons, unfortunately, is a good player. And the problem with that is, when he was young, Xavi Simmons was propped up on the same vein as the likes of Lamine Yamal, Neymar, Mbappe. He was shown as being one of the next best things. And here's the honest truth. And I say this knowing we also have one of these players. So keep in mind, I'm going to give a caveat. I'm going to give a but on this, but just come with me. Xavi Simmons has failed everywhere he's went. Mean, but accurate. Everywhere he's went, he's underperformed based on what he was expected to do for the place that he was in. Did he do good for the position that he was in? Did he do good? But that's the thing. He was expected to elevate Leipzig more than what he was at. He was good at Leipzig. He wasn't world class at Leipzig. And the problem is the Leipzig fans were calling him to be class. You know, he was good at Leipzig. Was he 60 million euros good for Spurs to sign him? No. And as I said, the unfortunate thing about the last transfer window is every single player signed, I think, every single player signed, except for Frimpong, was signed for too much money, and as a result of which the money puts them at a level that they're not available for. Harry Maguire has always been a good defender. He's not an 80 million euro defender. The prime example I'll give to Xavi Simmons, and he needs time to become good, and I think he can become good for Spurs. But Xavi Simmons is to Spurs what Matthias de Ligt is to us. Matthias de Ligt was considered the next great defender at Ajax. He was considered Sergio Ramos. He was considered up on that area there. If you want to believe his detractors, Matthias de Ligt failed at Ajax. Matthias de Ligt failed at Juventus. Matthias de Ligt failed at Bayern Munich. I would argue that's a lie on all 3 points. But that's Xavi Simmons' career at the moment. Although he performed good for what was expected of him, he failed. So the actual textbook definition of what Xavi Simmons is obviously completely different position. But Xavi Simmons right now is Matthias de Ligt. He has more of a burden on his shoulder to throw the weight of badness of how he has been. Even though he hasn't been bad, even though he's not particularly bad in any of the gameplays that he's ended up doing. It's one of those situations where Matthias de Ligt is playing fantastic for United this season, and no one is really talking about it because it's Matthias de Ligt. You kind of just expect it. But he's failed everywhere he went before United, so he's going to fail at United as well. Xavi Simmons is kind of the same thing. Although he hasn't failed, he's kind of failed, if you get me. At least that's my viewpoint on it. That might be me milking that down too easily. Okay. Made 2 changes. Dogu on for Rashford. Manu on for Mount. We'll see how this ends up doing. Bukayo Saka scored for Arsenal. Ratstragan, Mickey van de Ven, Archie Gray, Destiny. Do they have us? Do they have us? Do they have us? No, but the Dennis done fantastic to cover that. Yes. I think especially this season. This season is particularly bad at it. Yeah, but Liverpool done it to themselves. Florian Wirtz, for the amount they spent on him, isn't performing to the level that he ends up coming at. Florian Wirtz at the moment is barely performing at 50 million quid. And anyone who's watched him at Leverkusen knows he was an 80 million quid player. Yes, they paid 40 million quid too much for him, but that's the case. Hugo Ekitike is not worth 80 million quid. Hugo Ekitike is probably 50 to 60 million quid. They paid about maybe 20 to 15 million too big for him, but he's performing good. Thankfully, because they spent 100 million on Florian Wirtz and they spent 100 million on Alexander Isak, it's going underneath the radar because Hugo Ekitike is performing good in comparison to their prices. But even us, Benjamin Šeško is not performing good enough for United for the 70 million quid we spent on him. I don't know, it's not a one payment of 75 million quid, we're doing it in installments, but still doesn't matter. He is not performing good enough for the price tag that has been put on him. That is a 100% fair statement to make. Unfortunate for him, but it is a 100% fair statement to make. Oh, they got the Ajax kid, Serverat Marik. He's a good player. Richarlison will probably score now. No, Dennis had it covered though. He's a good player, Servet Manzaric. Good player. I'm still of the opinion that we should have kept Højlund. I am too, but I will say Højlund isn't helping himself. Højlund isn't helping himself. I know he doesn't want to come back to United, so he also doesn't give a shit. And that's where I kind of agree. I would have spent the money on Benjamin Šeško on a centre defensive midfielder. I would have gone and I would have gotten an Angelo Stellar. I would have gone and I would have gotten a fucking Elliot Anderson. Although this is Elliot Anderson's breakout season, I don't care what you say. He wasn't that good last season. I would have gone and gotten a Richard Rios. I would have done something like that, you know? The thing with Rasmus, you could see it. But there's also a problem. God, what is with us hitting the goddamn crossbar in this game? The problem is, in pre-season, you could see Rasmus, the gears were starting to turn in Rasmus. We were making more chances with Cunha. Things seemed to be looking okay. I think Rasmus would have done okay with this particular squad, with Cunha and Mbeumo. I think it would have worked well. There was injuries during pre-season that let things down. It's also the reason why Lenny Yoro isn't performing as where he is meant to be. And to be fair, Benjamin Šeško is a talent. I'm just of the opinion that honestly, if it was me, honestly, what I would do is I would sell Joshua Zirkzee. I would recall Rasmus Højlund. I know they're not going to do this, but I would recall Rasmus Højlund. And with the money that I get from Joshua Zirkzee, I would buy a midfielder. I know that we're supposedly in for Semenyo. Honestly, I wouldn't be going near Semenyo. Not because Semenyo is a bad player, nothing like that. I wouldn't be going near Semenyo because we need more. We have more important things to go for. I would be going for a centre defensive midfielder of some description. Yes, he would be playing as the left wing back. Admittedly, he would be playing as the left wing back, and that's 100% understandable. But he's not currently playing as the left wing back. Also, it came up saying no penalty, so that's weird. He's not currently playing as the left wing back. He's playing more of a 10, a winger to 10 position at the moment. So we're doing what we done again to another player. we're moving Mbwemu from a winger to a 10. We're moving Cunha. Cunha was a 10, but we're playing him as a bloody false 9 most of the time. I'm of the opinion that you put Mbwemu out where Ahmad is. You move Ahmad where Mbwemu is. If you're to buy Semenyo, fine, but make sure he can play in that wing-back position. Because, yeah, if he can do it, he can do it. But, like, there are other players out there. Like, I know his name hasn't been called out in a while, but check and see if you could get someone like Theo Hernandez or someone like that. Look and see what options are out there and get an actual full back who can play as a winger instead. Or maybe, just maybe, Dogu is good enough to be your full back perspective of it. I don't think he is, but defensively orientated, maybe he's good enough to be that. It's hard to bloody know. I just think for United, Semenyo is a foolish signing. Now, I know what some people are turning around saying is that if we were to buy Semenyo in January, it wouldn't affect us buying a midfielder in the summer. But even though none of the big midfielders that we are potentially looking at, Carlos Baleba, Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, all were sticking to the Premier League, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. None of them are available in January for less than 100 million quid. So we'll see. Anyway, finally, we got a win there. We got a win versus the big team, although we faced them again. So we'll see what ends up happening there. We have a game in hand, so we can try and get ourselves back up into third. And by beating Spurs, that ends up actually putting us in the grid. So this was a very important match. Chelsea are still on our tails. The fight for fourth is bonkersly hard at the moment. Liverpool aren't completely out of the realms of being caught up to, but I don't foresee it. Like, 2 Spurs games in the Champions League. Let's hope we can beat them. Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, Arsenal, City. Like, we're going full whack there. So we'll see what ends up happening. Pleasure to have you back, Senior Duck. By the way, you said you were I think it was you that said you were leaving for tea, right? Let me look at the lurks. Lark tea, yes. So you lurked for tea. Was it the beverage tea? Or was it the meal at the end of the day tea, a.k.a. supper? Good, you should be back for the next game. Yes, not too bad. You're not like me and gone into bouts of mental insanity and started drinking herbal tea, are you? That's nice, the end of the day, but like, whew. It's one of those cases of I wish I could add sugar to it. You also missed Arsenal winning in the Carabao Cup after Lux Rowe, the poor fool, Maximus Lux Rowe missed the penalty. You have to feel sorry for Maximus Lux Rowe missing the penalty and being the own goal causer. But hey, Arsenal are true and they might end up getting what they want. If you want a pick, you'll have to wait 24 hours as it's now all gone. Kick. FM Crones, thank you so much, my friend, for coming in.
2 minutes.
It is a pleasure to have you. Football Manager with Bury FC. Pleasure to end up having you in. Let me know how
Diamond.
did the stream end up going for you, my friend. If you want to, while you're here, give us a bit of a description on what you're about. For your people that ended up coming in with you, I'm CraicAttackCentral, aka Crack. You can just call me Crack. All of the people here are indeed my addicts, as Duck ends up saying they're poor parents. It is a pleasure to have you in. I am a variety streamer. Typically end up sticking around Football Manager. But end up doing other stuff. I've been doing Shin Megami Tensei 5, Path of Creation at the moment. I have been doing Blasphemous. I have been doing Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I've been doing other elements such as that. And the Craic is always here for you. Please, if you feel like it, join the Discord and come on and have a chat. Or just stick around and have a bit of fun. It's a pleasure having you. And once again, my friend, thank you so much for the raid. Genuinely, it is loved and appreciated. This community is so wonderful in terms of the FM community. So congratulations to you, my friend. I hope it was a fantastic stream. And if you do need to raid and run or you don't want to talk or anything like that, feel free to just head off as well. Anyways, naming him especially Maximum Luck, and it's no effect. Yeah, I know. That is, to be fair though, I mean he's French, isn't he? Yeah, he's French, so, you know, the French have never been subtle. But at the end of the day, you know, it's all good at the same point in time. Now, in our case, Ahmad has been proved in his development, fair enough. Cool. We can continue on and hopefully end up getting good performance. I would love Ricardo Mora. I think he's a fantastic player, but he ain't worth that. Well, to be fair, they've spent 70 million on the poor fool. So, God help any person caught Happy Monday. I still think one of the funniest things I've ever read in my life was that after the movie Meet the Fockers, there was actually people who decided to reinvigorate themselves and start calling their children again Gaylord. Like Gaylord just is the most pretentious name you can, and never mind the extra elements that end up coming to that. Gaylord is just the most pretentious fucking name you'll ever hear in your life. Stream was good. Just started back streaming yesterday, so trying to get back into it. Well, congratulations to you, my friend. How have you been finding Football Manager and get 26? I suppose it's 26 you're playing, right? Frosty Tools didn't give me a direct one of which Football Manager you were playing, so I suppose it's 26. How have you been finding it, my friend? I hope everything has been going grand. It's a pleasure to end up having people back in. Streaming is always a bit of crack, so long as you're able to end up taking a Connie, looking after your own health, just conversing as much as you can end up doing. I'm saying all of this as if I'm in any way as a bloody professional streamer. But hey, you know, the crack is an idea all the same. Name your kid that and they should be taken off of you. I mean, honestly, the worst one is whatever the hell Elon Musk ended up calling his kid. I know he's a tit anyway, and the actual kid does have a name, but like calling your kid alphanumerical numerations is honestly child abuse. But then again, I can hardly talk. I'm a tit that decided to give myself the name Craic. So that everyone could be an addict to me. Oh god, that laugh was not meant to come out that bad. Is it crashing for you at the moment, Cones? Okay, so I have been in touch with the technical support team, and some of the elements they told me has actually helped me sort it out. So there was a number of things we ended up doing in order to ensure that it was grand. First of all, if you were experiencing multiple crashes on it, make sure you end up verifying the files in your property section of your Steam or your Epic if that's where you're putting it. Other than that, go into your Windows Security Virus Threat and Protection section. Click on Ransom Protection area and then allow the folder to go through the controlled area. Make sure that the fm.exe and the Unity Crash Handler 64.exe are both allowed through the ransomware protection. Supposedly, one of the issues that's happening with the game is that Windows Live Deflector is actually considering the crash handler a virus, and as a result of which is causing it to crash because it's looking for the crash handler, which is absolutely fucking hilarious, but that's an entirely different kettle of fish. By putting both of them through as elements that can skip through your firewall, that can make the game run more stable. You shouldn't have to do that, but although, to be fair, Sid's harems of the Greek alphabet are delightful, if you catch my drift. I mean, yeah, to be fair. To be fair, yeah. Although... yeah, although, to be fair... And I realize how I will be judged for this, but we openly judge people here. We aren't discriminatory to anyone. We're just discriminatory to everyone. If I was to pick any of Sid Kaggio's or Sid Kaggio's group, it would probably be Beta for me. Cheers for the info. I'm away for some food, but have a good stream. And the same to yourself, my friend. Enjoy the food. Make sure the Craic is 19. Have a fantastic evening. If you don't end up popping in again in the near future, make sure your Christmas is absolutely fantastic and a happy new year. Remember, I have been Stupid Sexy Craic. You ensure that your Craic is indeed 90. Shlán go fóill, my friend. And as always, Pog Mahone. Now, we're not going to take the risk considering he got injured in the last game and we already tested his fitness of playing Victor Rook in this one. We will keep him on the bench, but we'll go with Evan Ferguson. Now, with that actually being the case, I'm actually going to change my mind entirely and we're not going to even have him on the bench because we're going to have Mount on the bench instead of him and bring Matthias Cunha back for his first game. So we're going to go Sesko, Ferguson, Cunha, Ahmad, Dagu. No, actually. Julian. Oh, Julian's not available. Why is Julian not available? Okay, fair enough. Then Dagu. Stellar, Bruno, Delict, Euro, and Zambrani. And we're going to continue with Dennis in goal. And we'll see how that ends up going. Now, we've just beaten Spurs. This is the Champions League knockout stages. So it would be my luck for Spurs to come back now and wallop my arse 10 shades to crap. By the way, for all of you that might have interest, they came in with Simus there the other day. They're currently streaming darts, playing darts. I've been into their stream a couple of times and they're actually a good bit of crack. If you want to, give this person a look and a follow. I know I'm potentially getting people to stop watching me to watch darts instead, but screw it, it's spread the love. Give Clan a follow if you can. A good person has had a good bit of crack there to do some gameplay streams and elements of that.
I've got 20 times 500! You fucking what?
I have never had any bad...
Yes! 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 Yes!
If you want to.
1,265 pounds! Fucking come on! Fucking hell! I'll jump in the Discord now, son. I'll fucking... Holy fucking shit!
But give them a follow if you want to.
Holy fucking shit!
ETA all the way. Really? Oh, interesting. I don't know. I like Alpha, but Alpha's always been a bit too up our own arse, I suppose. Anyways, it's time for us to continue on now. Let's see how we end up doing now. We've made a couple of changes. Sesko, Ferguson, Matthias, Dogu, Ahmad, Bruno, Stellar, Zambrani, Kwambwala, and Delict. No, I knew the one you were on about. I just can't remember how to pronounce that. Ooh, I think I might have accidentally broken the game. This might be my first time breaking the game in a while. I accidentally clicked go match when someone was injured. She might crash on me. That's fascinating. Am I still up? Am I still up, guys? Ooh, that's not good.